Hi and welcome to the Art of Tarot. My name is Stephanie and this is a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mars for January 2021. Oh my god. We are already in January. I think we can agree that it's actually quite nice to leave 2020 behind and hopefully we have a little bit of an easier time 2021. For the ones who are new here, I work with Western astrology, I work with the tarot cards, and I do general readings, which means in the beginning I talk a little bit about the astrology while I shuffle the cards. But it's just a quick overview. Then I go into general energies, and then in the middle of the reading I also go in deeper into love and love relationships. Although I have to say I really want to concentrate on you and the person who is watching this, and on helping you develop your relationship to yourself and with yourself, because I think that's the only way we can really have lasting and profound results also in our love life. So when we work on the relationship with ourselves. So if you're a cross-watcher, of course you can find some messages here, but just know that it's always from your perspective and we have to be a little careful what we want to interpret into other people. Alrighty. So let's talk Cancer. December was a very busy month when it comes to astrology. It was a little crazy with the eclipses. Also, the end of December holds a full moon for you. So if you're watching this before the end of December, just make sure that you're prepared. It can be emotional, it can be a lot when the full moon is in your sign. So for me, I think the best advice with the full moon in the own sign or with any full moon is let it happen. Don't force anything. It is something that's passing, and that's what the moon is very much about cycles. So you can really let go of things. If you really want to let go of emotional baggage, that's a wonderful time to schedule a crying date, as I like to call it. But it can help you really also get rid of stuff that you don't need anymore actually in your emotional system. So yeah, it's a good thing. Mars is moving into Taurus, which gives us a little bit more forward movement when it comes to harder work. Also with Venus in Capricorn, I think same thing, Sun in Capricorn. So having results, creating results, manifesting results when it comes to work-related issues, or also the work on ourselves, where we really want to see things happen in reality. Great month. With the Sun also in Capricorn. Mercury in Aquarius, also communicating ideas outwards, social media, promoting stuff also, especially if you work in music, in the arts, promoting a product right now, I think it's a great time. That's a lot, but the moon was coming out, so really pay attention to the full moon end of December and how you feel about that. We have a new moon in Capricorn and a full moon in Leo this month, which is going to be interesting. And I think one other big thing is Uranus is moving direct again in Taurus, so I think that's going to be beneficial when we have all those squares and trines and things happen fast and in a kind of a revolutionary way with Uranus and sudden. It might help us go forward more and not put us back so much onto ourselves. When it was retrograde, I think that happened. So let's look at the cards. So the moon card came out for a second, and we have a Princess of Cups. I love it. A Seven of Swords. You know, when I shuffled the cards before I started the video, the Seven of Swords was coming out, and I was like, really, what is this about? But let's see. I see, oh, 2 sevens. Wow. Okay, it can be quite a Lover's card on the bottom of the deck. It can be definitely quite a testing month, I would say. The sevens are tests before the 10, the last test before the 10, but also the most the last one, the last before the big picture. So it is a difficult one. It teaches us. Tests teach us. That's what tests do. Tests can challenge us, but all in all, what they're supposed to do is teaching us. So that's an important thing to not forget. You're coming in with the Princess of Cups, and I think this can be an energy where you really bring the willingness of emotional openness and change into the picture. So I feel like this is you coming into this month being like, yes, I want to open up to learning. Yes, I want to open up to feeling different. Maybe you haven't been feeling well. Maybe you understand, okay, there needs to be something that needs to be turned around, and you're also maybe taking on help from others. There can be a message coming in, help coming in, maybe an emotional, helpful person when it comes to emotions, a very emotionally mature person that can offer you some sort of support. All in all, I see you here being open to really experience differently on an emotional level. It's interesting that by mid-month, it seems like you're hitting a roadblock. It's like, well, I was really open to this idea, trusting myself, going into the right direction, and now it's all like, but I can't because. That's the Seven of Swords for me a lot. It's very much about finding your mind making up excuses a little bit why you can't do things the proper way, you know. So that's why it's also often a card about deceit and lies and holding back and stuff. So it's sort of your mind trying to figure out the easy way, and like a little bit of a self-sabotaging energy, because it's also it's only in the short term that this works. So this sometimes works in the short term. I'm not saying that the Seven of Swords doesn't work sometimes, but it's a very short-term energy, so, or strategy. So right now I think this is gonna not give you long-lasting results, but I think also you're trying out things, so, and therefore coming to moments where you're like, well, but I can't. Simple as that. By the end of the month, I feel like you're finding that warrior energy again within yourself with the Seven of Wands, and this is definitely also a test, but it's much more like teaching you how much strength you actually have within you to go after what you want, and also to understand, well, in this case, it seems like I'm the only person who is really able to stand up for myself. It's not the same, you know, of course other people can stand up for you, but the only way really to set boundaries and to go after what you want and to fight for what you want is if you do it yourself. Like, you can have help, you can have support, but this really teaches you the single soldier's battle, is what Aleister Crowley says in this deck. So it's about courage. It's about courage, and also about really brute force when it comes to going after what you want and finding that within you. I think it's really a lot about understanding what is right for you and what is the right thing you attract or person, and really trusting that within yourself and believing in that and letting yourself go there. I think this is very much about a decision of trusting yourself and your higher consciousness as well. So, okay, let's see what this means in a more romantic sense. Wonderful. So this is you. I think you will definitely find here a new sense of passion and of strength and of courage. This is the Strength card. I love the Strength card. It's really good because it shows how this brute force can be actually civilized in a way that you can use it for your advantage and not just in this raw form that might be destructive. So this is you, a lot of passion. I think you have a lot of passion for this situation if you're in a love situation, or in general for a connection that is the right thing for you. So other person, Two of Wands. This other person, it's a Two of Wands in reverse. I think they have, and we have a Two of Swords in reverse here too. That's interesting. I think they do not really have a plan. I think this other person is a little bit unsure about what they want, where they want to go, how they want to go about it. I feel like you have more direction here for the long run. They seem a little flippy floppy on the fence. Well, yes, so this both brings you into a little bit of a dramatic energy. How funny is that? Because I think there is a lot of sexual attraction towards both of you. You're trying to really, with a sort of gentleness and patience in a way, control those also inner urges maybe of yourself. And this other person is kind of, I think, it results in you really trying to be patient with yourself, with the other person. It results in the other person frustrating you because they don't really have a plan. And therefore it results in like losing control for both of you. And then it's like a weird situation. I think it gets a little dramatic and controlling. I don't think you're the kind of person who's trying to control things. I don't necessarily think they're consciously trying to control things. I think they do it very subconsciously, honestly. And it's like they're losing grip, you know? I mean, this card says it perfectly. It's like losing grip of a situation, and they don't like it, and you don't like it, and then it's all like a mess. It is a little messy here. Looking at the astrology. Oh yeah. So this is you in reverse. I think you don't know. It results in also then you not knowing how to go about things, even though you feel a lot of passion towards the situation and you really want to put in, you have the strength to go into this, but there is just an insecurity of how, because this person also projects this insecurity on you, and it's all like, yeah. I don't like the Chariot in reverse for you because that's your card, that's the Cancer card. So it's really about, it throws your intuition off. So because you know what's right for you, but something about this situation makes you unsure if this situation is right for you. As soon as this person gets confused about what they want to do. One more. Five of Swords in reverse. Well, I mean, we have the Temperance card here, so there is a chance to find the right combination of things. It might be I will draw advice cards, but with the Five of Swords, I'm a little concerned that the way you get into situations with this person can be very hurtful for both of you, because maybe things are said, and mostly said that in a moment of anger, that are hurtful. I'm not quite sure which person. I think it results in both of you doing that to each other. Advice. That's interesting. a Page of Wands. So it's really the passion is not so much the problem, and the Two of Pentacles. It's more of and the Two of Wands. I like it. Up, right. It is about a little bit of sense of adventurousness. I think both of you want to bring this fiery energy into the connection, and both of you want that, but don't try to control it. It's more like a little bit of an exploration of playfulness. With the Page, it's very much about playfulness, about it can be a little aggressive playfulness. That's fine, you know. I think you can control it. The other person, I think the playfulness really needs to come in, and the flexibility, because there is twos all over the place, and there is also the Two of Pentacles that really suggests yes, and it's in reverse. Yes, this is a new situation, or it's a path you're walking into that you don't know much about yet. So just, it's okay if the balls, you know, if you're juggling with balls, and because the Two of Pentacles, it's always for me juggling with balls. It's okay if you drop one. It's a game. Just take it and play again. And I feel like that's the energy here. Really bring in more playfulness and a little more lightness with the Page, and openness to not knowing, to learning, to experimenting, to being a little adventurous, and a little silly maybe even. So I think both of you understanding that this is something new that you haven't yet mastered, which is completely fine, and it takes a lot of balls to drop before, you know, you are able to not drop them anymore. So this is now your kind of like advice: drop the ball, drop it, and then maybe pick it up again if you feel like it's fun, you know, or let the other person pick up the ball if they feel like it's fun. It's really an element of fun is here, and don't get too, it's very much also about being impatient. So the impatience, I think the more impatient, the faster you want to get there, the slower you're gonna be. That's a very oracle thing to say. All right. Cancer, I think this makes sense. I hope this makes sense to you, and I hope it also helps you a little bit to move forward. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, comment. Also subscribe to my German speaking channel, German language channel if you want to. I am originally from Vienna, Austria. So I started this channel actually as a bilingual channel, and now I'm splitting up the channels. Finally, they're completely split up, and I hope this will help me to gain more reach in the English-speaking tarot world. So if you want to help me doing that by liking and subscribing and commenting, then I would be very, very thankful for that. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.